Alrighty, evening ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for coming through this evening. It looks like you guys just made it before the storm. Storm in Joburg. For those of you watching from Cape Town, I'm sorry. But for the rest of you, it's fantastic to have you here. You made it in time. Thanks for all of you who've tuned in live this evening. It's another opportunity this evening for us to be talking about DuePoint, the excitement we have with what's happening in the DuePoint system around South Africa. It's quite phenomenal what we're achieving, and we just really want to put some of that excitement and just kind of impart some of that knowledge to you this evening, as we do every day here at DuePoint. But to start with, ladies and gentlemen, I just wanted to say to you that DuePoint is a division of Constantia Insurance Company Limited, so don't get confused. If you have not heard of DuePoint before, or if you call the FSB, you will find that they have no idea who DuePoint is. It's because DuePoint is a division of Constantia Insurance Company. We're both listed and licensed. We have a life and short-term insurance licenses, and of course, if you look us up on the JSE, you'll find us under Conduit Capital. I want you to be comfortable with who you're dealing with here this evening, especially given what's happening in the South African economy all the time. You would have seen last week some more collapses, some more failures, and some more of these things that fly and take our money and then fly out with it, and we never see our money again. This is what we're seeing constantly. That is not what is happening this evening. That is not where you are. Constantia is a 7-decade-old insurance company. We started in 1952. This is not a new business. And so I want you to have some comfort in who you're dealing with here this evening. Ladies and gentlemen, we are, of course, an authorized and registered financial services provider. There's our FSP number. Keep it in mind. Remember it if you want to look us up, and take some time to go look at our licenses and associations afterwards. The team here is specifically here for your purposes. We have got all the requisite skills to do the job that we need to do here, but more importantly is the fact that you know that you're dealing with real people, not people that have been made up on Facebook profiles, like I read all about last week, and et cetera, et cetera. No, actually real people, and no matter where you are in the country, you can come and visit us here Monday through Saturday and actually feel and see and touch us. I'm actually a lot taller than I look in the video. Video makes me look a lot shorter than I actually am. Come and see us, know that we're real, and have some comfort with who you're dealing with here at DuePoint. This is me. I'm Brendan, over here, the senior executive. You've met Stacey outside. She's one of our chartered accountants. We've got Tim as well. He's in the building doing management accounts. He's our chartered accountant and compliance officer as well. You can see way too many CAs here, but at least we know what's going on. This lot just pretending. This is Jane over here. She's our direct selling expert. And then we've got Rob. He's our design guy, and he's our other presenter. Everything that you see, feel, and touch at DuePoint was designed by him, and he's the other personality you're going to see on the stage here at DuePoint. But most importantly, we're a homegrown South African company, and we're right here. You know where to find us. Now, what is it that we do at DuePoint? Well, there's two things that we do here, but our primary objective, the reason for our existence, is the objective of putting into the hands of South Africans a tool that they can control and use to create recurring, stable, and reliable income. Given everything that has happened in our country in the last, 2 months since December, I think once again it's been proven true that we desperately need something that we can be in control of, because we have no control of anything that is happening in our country. We have no control over our personal income because we have bosses that tell us how much we're going to earn, etc., etc., and we have no control over our economy, where prices rise and fall on the whims of a handful of people in a house down in Cape Town where there's no water. We have no control over the country and the circumstances that we live in. And we at DuePoint formed this division to put that control back into the hands of South Africans. That's what we did. We are not here to sell insurance products. We have plenty of divisions, UMAs, and brokerages to sell our insurance products with. Here, we are here to put the tools in your hands to start changing your future. Now, with that in mind, our hope is that by creating a recurring and reliable income in your hands, you can start by clearing your current circumstances. We want you to clear out of your financial closets all the debt that you have, and you have plenty, because everybody has debt. But it is a poison that ruins personal economic positions. It never goes away. It's like a virus you can't get rid of. Rob sometimes says that the first day that he stepped out of school and into a job was the first day he went to the bank and got a loan on his car, and he's still paying off cars right now. It's something we just do not escape, and we want you to start by using the tool to create that an extra income, one that bridges the gap between what you're earning and what you need to start clearing out the debt in your systems, in your personal economic positions. Then we hope that you pick up this tool and you take it beyond that. We want you to start aspiring to greater things again. I think for most South Africans, and when I say most, I mean like 99% of us, we live without any hope anymore. We're stuck in circumstances we cannot control, and so we give up on our hopes and dreams that we once had when we were younger. We say that if you do some research, go jump on the internet, look it up, you'll see most people by the age of 35 have given up on their careers at 35. Because where are you going to go if you haven't made it by 35? It's very, very difficult. And so I say our dreams disappear, and we want you to start dreaming again with this tool. That's our primary objective. Our secondary objective is to create a modern financial services company that plugs its customers into the heart of its business anywhere in the world, any time of the day. And one that not only provides a product, but actually provides an experience and an education into the financial services market. It is the most regulated market in the country. My Christmas present this year was about 20 pieces of legislation that were passed into law into the financial services space in 1 month in the financial services space. And today I got the presentation from National Treasury of just their piece of the legislation and how they're going to use it to pass more legislation into the financial services space. And what does it do? I've said it before. It separates the economy. It draws a line down as it makes it almost impossible for the vast number of South Africans to be involved in the financial services space. And we have created a tool that opens a window and allows the average South African to participate in, view in, and get to know what's happening in the financial services space. Those two objectives put together create what we call the DuePoint system. And the DuePoint system is very simple. What it does, it allows you as an individual to contract with us as a wealth engineer. Wealth engineers have one task, the task of connecting people to us. Not selling, not advertising, not advising. Just simply connecting individuals to us. By doing so, you create penetration into corners of the market we would not have been able to reach with traditional marketing, and that allows us the opportunity as DuePoint to come along and facilitate the purchase of our products into these corners of the economy. By doing that, we create revenue, and that revenue is where we're able to create that recurring extra income for you. None of you are going to quit your jobs in doing this. That's not what this is about. This is a tool. You're going to add it onto your lives, and you're going to use it to create that bridge, remember, between what you get at your job and what you need to grow into the future. This recurring income is the critical cornerstone of our system. We're not here to sell products. We're not here to sell cleaning agents, floor agents, virtual currency, etc., etc. We're not here to sell those things because those things do not create recurring income. You sell soap today, you got money, but tomorrow you're sick and in hospital, you can't sell it, you don't have income anymore. Our system uses financial services and lifestyle products that run on automatic debit order systems, which means that every month, debit orders flow. And every month that they flow automatically through our computer systems, your income comes in. You don't have to run back to your friends and beg them to buy again. And I think that this is something that people really struggle to understand. So many people have been through the sales process that they think that they've got to keep selling. Our system frees you. We have a lot of people. Probably the number one objection we receive now at DuePoint, it's interesting, we're a couple years down now. When we started DuePoint, we used to get one kind of objection. Any guesses what that first objection was? This is a pyramid scheme. Okay. Fortunately, after a few years, we've managed to eliminate that one. We don't get that one too much anymore. Now we get the, oh, I don't have time for this. Now, this is what needs to be understood. This system actually creates time. Right now, I agree, you have no time. No one has time. Everybody is using their hours up to work at work, and it's not creating anything for them. In fact, what it does, it just makes you poorer. You know that. The more hours you put into your job, the poorer you get. All right? It's a funny phenomenon that, and people haven't worked it out. We now create something that frees your time. It is a system of convenience. You don't have to run around selling. So it's not sucking up your time. It's simply taking a little bit of your free time and converting it into income every step of the way. It is completely different from anything you have seen or heard before. That's what we've created, and it creates recurring income, the freedom, the real freedom of our system. Now we layer that with the ability for you to leverage others. So not only can you create a recurring income, you can increase your recurring income. You can multiply it by creating teams of individuals that work with you. We call them channels. You leverage their time and skills and energy to further grow your impact and penetration into the South African market and hence create greater revenue for yourself. A business that actually creates income even as you sleep, 24 hours a day. That is the tool that we have created for those that commit to it. Now, what's important to note is that this is not employment, because if it was employment, we would keep you poor. And that's not what we're trying to do here. We're actually trying to create wealth. This is a tool. We put it in your hands. You're going to choose when and how you use it. You remain completely independent of us in the DuePoint system. There is no risk in becoming a wealth engineer. Sure, but if we had not seen this last week, 50 million US dollars worth of South African money lost. Gone. 50 million US dollars. Absolutely incredible that so many people would have put their money into something that was here today and gone tomorrow. Here, we do not ask you for your money. Perhaps the single biggest difference. Many people have asked me over the last couple of years, what's the difference between DuePoint and DuePoint and DuePoint and? We don't ask for any money. That's the single biggest difference. We don't stand at the door tonight with a credit card machine, and on the way out we say, if you want to join us, you have to put, what was that last week? 34,000 Rand in. 34,000 Rand in, and you're in. You know, or $180 a month fee, and you're in. Or this starter kit for 2,500 Rand, full of pots and pans and cleaning agents, and you're in. We don't do that here at DuePoint. There are no startup fees, no starter kits, no monthly fees, no application form fees. There is no cost in being a wealth engineer. So if you become a wealth engineer this evening and decide tomorrow you should never have, it will have cost you nothing. You will have risked nothing in becoming a wealth engineer. By simply being a product owner here at DuePoint, you're automatically a wealth engineer at no premium on your product payment. So, tonight is not a risk decision. It is also not a decision limited to some segment of the population. Folks, everyone can become a wealth engineer because you're not selling, you're not advising, you're not intermediaries, you're not brokers, you're not agents. Everybody can do the task of simply connecting people to DuePoint. And everybody is therefore in a position where they're able to build for the first time in their lives an asset. That's something that we don't build in South Africa. We know that. We have jobs. When you die, you can't hand your job over to your children, can you? No, so it just doesn't work like that. But assets, businesses, you can hand over to your children. You can hand them over to anyone you like. At DuePoint, because it creates a recurring income, you're now in a position where you can price your channel. And if you can price it, you can sell it. At any point, you can sell your channel. And one day when you pass away, it'll be transferred to your children. And they will earn the income that you created during your lifetime. This is generational legacy. This is something you do not get anywhere else. In fact, in South Africa, we believe this is a completely unique opportunity because it creates something that will pass on from generation to generation. That is what we've created here. And we've done it in a manner that is completely convenient to you. Again, falling back on our number one objection right now, I don't have time for this. Fantastic. Well, then this is perfect for you. Why? Because we've got rid of all the things that suck up your time. First of all, you never have to come and collect any stock at our shop here. There's no warehouse. You fill your boot and go home to your fridge and fill your fridge with the stuff. No, there's none of that. There's no selling. We contract you out of selling, so you never have to try and explain products to people, convince them. There's no convincing at all. Why? Because Rob and I do all the convincing. We're the only two people that do presentations in DuePoint. You don't even have to present. And through our technology, we're always there in your pocket. And so we free your time up for all of those of you who are worried about your time. We free it up. That is the way the system has been designed. We leave you with one task, the task of simply connecting people to us. How do you do that? Well, there's 4 ways of doing it. The first way, you go to our information counter and you buy one of our USB sticks, or you order it at info@DuePoint.net, and we'll have it delivered to you. The USB sticks cost 170 Rand. It's got our presentation on it and a couple other things. You plug it into a smart TV, a computer, a laptop, and there Rob and I are giving the presentation for you. You bring people here to our presentation room, Monday through Saturday. You can bring, we present at night, lunchtime, mornings. Find a time when it's convenient for you and come and bring the people, and we'll do the presentation for you. Then you can use our YouTube channel, probably our number one form of connection for you to DuePoint. Any time of the day, any day of the year, Christmas Eve, right at the table with your family. You just push play, and we're there. Full makeup, ready, fresh, ready to go to give the presentation for you. Any day, anywhere in the country. You just push play, and we're there doing the presentation. No convincing, no work involved in the process. And then the last way of connecting people to DuePoint is through our live broadcasts. Every single presentation we do, every single day, is broadcast live across the country. And you just need to be, wherever you are, at work or at home or in a coffee shop, just push play, and we present out live. We've got people watching us live every single presentation from around the country, meaning that you never have to return to this office if you don't want to, because you've got us in your cell phone, in your pocket, 24 hours a day. Now, as you connect people to us, some of them are going to catch the vision. Not everybody. Because people are going to give you all the general excuses about not wanting to become wealthy. I'd like to stay poor because will be their response to you. Folks, some of the people you talk to are going to catch the vision. And when they catch the vision, they become wealth engineers with us here at DuePoint, and we allocate them to you, and your channel begins. These folk go out, they'll connect a few people to us as well. Some will become wealth engineers, and we're going to allocate them to you again. And this process repeats itself over and over time, spreading out to the far corners of the country. And I don't mean that facetiously. It literally grows organically across the country. It's quite amazing. And then we come along as DuePoint, not you. You don't have to worry about this element. We come along as DuePoint, and we facilitate the purchase of our products throughout this penetration that you have created into our market, and your income is born. Now, what's very important to note, we've mentioned it a few times, is that this is not a get-rich-quick scheme. It's not a shape, it's not a pyramid scheme, it's not a Ponzi scheme, it's not any of these things. We are a well-established and regulated insurance company. No, this is a genuine income-earning opportunity, and there's a price to pay with everything that's genuine in life. You know that. Every time you work hard, you get a good reward. Well, here is exactly the same. If you're going to work hard, you're going to pay the price of time. That's what you're going to put in. You've got to put time into this tool to create income coming out the other side. But it is recurring, and it is life-changing, and it is equipping the income that we create here for you. But you've got to put thought and energy and time, and most importantly, probably determination and perseverance into the creation of income with us. Now, we come along with you having established penetration into the market, and we facilitate the purchase of 3 products into your channels. The first one is our Access Wealth Plan. It's 324 Rand a month, and for the 324 Rand a month, you get 2 independent products. The first one is your very own tax-free investment account. We take 100 Rand of your 324, we stick it in the investment account for you every single month. Just 100 of the 324. People get confused. Not the whole 324, just 100. And we stick it in. But this investment account is no notice periods, no penalty fees. The money is immediately available to you. You are now a shareholder in the economy of South Africa, because that money is taken and it is invested into the stock exchange. Now, this is important to note, because you don't get interest on your money. This is not a bank account. Interest on your money is 3% if you're lucky. When inflation is like 17 or 18%, it's not helping you. We invest into the stock exchange, and you get market growth and dividend streams into your tax-free investment account. Whatever you withdraw comes out tax-free. Okay, that's the first element of this product. The second product in the 324 is our personal accident cover, 120,000 Rand of personal accident cover, which means if you pass away from an accident, your beneficiaries get your investment value and 120,000 Rand. Second product that we have is our Wealth Guard product. It's 299 Rand a month, and for 299 Rand, you get 1.2 million Rands worth of personal accident cover with no medical declarations, no maximum ages, no deferred benefit periods. None of those things are getting away. After your first payment, you're under cover for 1.2 million Rands worth of personal accident cover. Now, remember I said to you at the beginning of this presentation, our primary objective is to create income in your hands. And I said some of you are going to get confused and think we're selling insurance products here. No, we create income. Now, as a result, we have removed from all of our products the cover for the death via illness or natural causes. Okay, we don't cover. If you die from a disease or natural causes, you are not undercover with any of our products. Why? Because if we add those elements to any of our products, then we have to see what risk you are before we can price you. What are your circumstances that you live in? What job do you do? How old are you? What pre-existing conditions do you have? And half the South African economy is removed from DuePoint. But because we cover personal accident cover only, it means every single person you want to put into your channel here at DuePoint can come in at the same price. This fully equips you for our primary objective here. The third product is our Wealth Points Pro Buyers Club. Our Wealth Points Buyers Club costs you 299 Rand a month, and you get access to an entire host of suppliers that we have negotiated prices, discounts, account managers, packages for. Retail stores, data suppliers, motor manufacturers. We've just added this last month Jaguar, Land Rover, and Range Rover to the group of suppliers that we have. We've got gyms in there, we've got entertainment, we've got travel, all in there. And every month you get to use the whole lot. 299 Rand, and you've got an entire set of suppliers that can completely change your personal expenditure every single month. We love this product. It's non-insurance, it's non-financial, and it works in our DuePoint system. And so, ladies and gentlemen, that is, before I carry on, people ask me the question, how do we fund this whole thing? How do we fund this process here at DuePoint? Well, it's a simple redirection of the flow of funds. This is how it works. In the traditional banking and insurance space, what do? We advertise to you. TV adverts, billboards, you name it, SMS campaigns. We advertise. It costs hundreds of millions a month. Nobody ever asks how we get the money to do that, okay? But they ask how we get the money to do this. Folks, we take the money that we spend on marketing and we build it into the price of your products. What you're paying for your banking fees and your funeral cover and your car insurance, nearly half of it every month is for next month's marketing. You just pay for the adverts every month with your payment to the insurer or to the bank. Now, what we have done is we've done the same thing here. We have built the price of this model into our products. The only difference is that we don't do any advertising. That's why you've probably never heard of us before this evening. We use you to penetrate the market and connect individuals for us. And therefore, all that money that I would have spent on SABC, DSTV, Prime Media, etc., flows to you and your channel now instead of to them. It's a simple redirection of the flow of funds in our model. And so, folks, with that money, we are now in a position to reward you for your efforts of connecting individuals to us. We start with our returns program. Our returns program pays you R27.50 every month for every product that's paid in your channel. Not for every person, not for every person you connect to us. No, no, no. Only for paid products. But this is good for you because it means that for every individual that you bring into our system, they can take more than one product. Now, those product payments are calculated based on where they take place in your channel, multiplied by a factor. That sounds a bit complicated, but it's not. It's easy. What happens is you put a few people in now. You go out, you connect them, they become part of your channel, and they make a product payment. When they do, you get R27.50 multiplied by 200%. You introduce them. That's R55. R55 every month that they pay for their product. If this guy takes 2 products, you get R110. If this guy takes 3 products and makes 3 payments, you get R165, tripling your earnings with our system. Now these folks go out, they connect a few more people to DuePoint, they become wealth engineers, they make their product payments. Again, you get R27.50 multiplied by 200%. R55. R55. You've been here 5 minutes in this example. You've put a handful of people in, and already you're earning just under R1,000 a month in this particular example. That's R12,000 a year that you've made with really the smallest amount of effort. So you put a little bit more time in, a little bit more effort in, and your earnings continue to grow, but now at a diminishing basis down to the 8th point. From the 8th point on, you have no limit to your potential. From the 8th point on, as long as you qualify to earn, you will always get 4% of R27.50. You can build a channel that's 20 points big, or 40 points big, or 50 points big. As long as you qualify to earn, you will earn on every point at 4% of R27.50. Now, you want to understand how to qualify to earn, go onto our YouTube channel, or onto the person who brought you here this evening's app, and watch the 6-minute video on how to qualify. That's all it takes. 6 minutes, and you'll understand how you have unlimited potential in our system. Now, what does that translate into? Well, it's difficult to answer. But let's think about what we can do to get you to a point of understanding what you could earn every month with the DuePoint system. We took 20 years of data, we crunched some numbers, and we said, what does the 20 years of data tell us about the average wealth engineer when they come in here and they put some effort in? Not a lot of effort, some. We wanted to be conservative, we wanted to be reasonable. And we came up with what we call the 3+2 growth formula. It says you arrive here, you're enthusiastic, and you get out there and you add just 3 people on your first month. 3 people to your first point on your first month. That is not an unreasonable ask. It's the 5th of the month. You've still got basically 30 days to find 3 people. Then every month thereafter, you're responsible for adding just 2 people to your channel. Just 2 every month. 1 every 2 weeks. Can you do that? We think most people can. Whether people do it, that's a different question. But we think asking them to do 2 people every month is a reasonable ask. Now, if you can do that consistently over time, and we do all of our maths, lapses, cancellation rates, people not doing 3+2, we believe that within 6 months of doing that, you should be on around R2,500 a month. R2,500 a month is R30,000 a year. You have added this to your personal household income. You still got your jobs, but now you have an extra R2,500 that comes in around about the 17th, 18th of every month into your bank account. Well, how can you lever R2,500? That's payment of debt already. It's groceries for the month. It changes things with an extra 2.5 every month. Not 6 months and then that's it. You get 1, 2.5 and that's over. It's every month. How much money would you have to have in the bank to get R2,500 a month out of it? How much? I reckon you probably have to have about $1 million. Tim says, no, you'll get 5,000 Rand a month. I have never had a bank account that gives me 5% interest per month, and then he keeps forgetting I've got to pay tax on that interest. That drops it by another 40%, 45% now. Thank you, the house in Cape Town with no money, with no water. Folks, you need about R1 million in the bank to be able to get 2,500 rand a month in interest. That's what you've created in 6 months with us. But only if you've put the effort in. You see, a lot of you are not going to get to 6 months. Not because of my fault. You're all welcome. There's nothing that's going to stop you. But somewhere along the line, you're going to say, oh, I don't have time for this. I don't have time to have an extra 2,500 rand a month in. I don't have time to start changing my future. I don't have time to start reducing my debt, to start changing my hopes and my dreams. That's what many people say. But there are some of you who are going to get it. You're going to last 6 months, and then you're going to push through to another 6 months. In fact, there'll be many of you. We've already had thousands that are doing this. If you can push through the second 6 months, plus 2, plus 2, plus 2 every month, working with your guys to do the same thing, we reckon after a year you can reasonably expect to be on about 9,000 to 10,000 rand a month. 9,000 to 10,000 rand, 120,000 rand a year. 120,000 rand a year you've added to your household income. Now you're paying school fees. You're paying off cars. You're paying off houses. That's what you're doing with an extra 10,000 rand every month coming in. Now, I think that if you've made it a year, statistically from what we've seen, from the data in our years of doing this, you'll make it into the second year. And if you make it into the second year, you keep consistently growing, plus 2, plus 2, plus 2. After another year, you can reasonably expect to be on about 27,000 to 30,000 rand a month. 30,000 rand a month, most people do not get there in their entire lifetimes. This I know. It's just, SARS tells us. Go and look at the statistics from the tax man. He'll tell you that 99% of people are not going to get there in their lifetimes. All right? You've done it in 2 years with us here. If you can push through 2 years, you'll push through 3 years. After 3 years, you can reasonably expect to be on about 45,000 rand a month, 600,000 a year. If you push through to 4 years, you'll be on about 60 to 65,000 rand a month. And if you can push through to half a decade, we believe that you'll be on about 83 to 100,000 rand a month. That's R1 million a year. You've done it in half a decade with us. Now, we get different responses. People tell me, Brendan, this is too slow. The thing that closed down last week, that promised me 100,000 a month in 3 months. Austin promised me, what was it, 2% interest per week? Sherbet, or per day. It was per day, 14% per week. It was crazy. All right, yeah. And so, Brendan, the biggest problem with DuePoint is you earn too slowly. All right, well, I can't help you with that. The reality is we're building lifetime, genuine income. It's not here today and gone tomorrow. It's here until your last breath. If we're going to do that, we've got to do it properly. It's going to take some time. But how much time have you spent in your employment? How many years? Because remember, you're going to say tonight, I don't have time for this. That's what you're going to say. You're going to say, I've got time to go back to my dead-end job. You do. You know it. You're going to go back there tomorrow, happy, no complaining with the boss that you're still on 10 or 15,000 rand a month. You're going to be happy. Okay? You're going to say to him, that's okay. But I'm saying to you, imagine what you could do in 5 years with this tool added to your life. How do things change after 5 years? Have you spent 15 years in your career? Can you do 5 years of this? Now, it's not 5 months, guys, and it's not 5 days, and it's not the first 5 people you talk to who say no because they burnt from BTC. I wasn't meant to say it. Huh? It's not the first 5 people. It's not even the first 50 people who say no to you. It's 5 years of applying time and energy to this to create a completely different future for yourselves. That's what we're doing here. I get other people as well who say that this is just marketing. So we like to look at it on the ground. Are people actually using this tool? Well, you betcha. We've been doing it for a few years now. We've got plenty of people using this tool. And every month we bring up a couple of people, just a few, from around the country that are using the tool. Not the people that are the high flyers. We just bring up various people, some doing badly. Last month we had a whole bunch of people that had to come up with something positive because they're doing badly. What are they doing? But they're making money out of the tool. And then we put up people, obviously, that are doing well too. So you can see the potential of this tool. This month, we've got Natasha Weldrick. She's from Port Elizabeth. She has been to one of our functions ever, proving that you never have to come to the head office. Never. You can build this business anywhere in the country because of our online tools. Remember, you've got my presentation in your pocket. Anytime, anywhere, you click play, and we're there. Built this business. In the year she's been with us, she's got to 9,500 rand a month. She's got a full-time job. She tells me most weeks she works 7 days a week. In the furniture store, single mom, 3 kids. Okay? She does not have time for this business. All right? And yet, after a year of not having time, she's up to 9,500 rand a month. 9,500 rand a month. In her first month with us, her first 42 days, she put 23 people in. I said you have to put 3 in your first month. She must have misheard me. because she put 23 people in. In the month of January, her channel grew without any effort of her own by 92 people. How awesome is that when you get to the point where your channel's growing by 92 people every month and you don't have to do anything? That's the power of the leverage that this tool gives you in this business. Folks, we have Ray and Rumby. They've been with us for less than a year now. Let's call it 10 months. When we pulled these numbers in January, it was probably even less than that, 9 months. And in that time, they've created a revenue of 10,500 Rand a month. Now, I said it would take a year to get to 10,000 Rand. They've got there in 75% of that time. 92 people added to their channel in January. 12 people per month they add to their first point on average. They personally introduce 12 people every single month. You want to do this business faster than the mathematics I showed you? Put more people in. Talk and connect more people to us, and you could be on that amount in 9 months' time. It's completely up to you. And then we got Shadrach Twala. I have to warn the ladies, I do every night. You can see he's a player. You can see that smile, the cocked head, the blue blazer. You know he's a player. Okay. Newcastle, Shadrach, shout out. I bet you're watching tonight. He watches every night. This man is a machine. Been with us about 9 or 10 months as well. 12,000 Rand a month in that time. He has personally added 213 people to his first point. 213 people. People tell me, no, I don't have time for 3 and 2. He put 213 in 9 months. He put 33 people into his business on his first point, personal introductions, in the month of January. 33 people. 33. Absolutely amazing. This guy's a machine and doing well. Go to our YouTube channel. Go and watch the testimonies of people doing well and doing medium and doing slow at DuePoint. We're not hiding anything here. We've got people earning 700 Rand a month. I've got people earning 7,000 Rand a month. I've got people earning 70,000 Rand a month. They're all in our system, and they're all changing their futures with this tool. And they're there for you to see. This is just a sample. Go to YouTube and see all of them there. So that is DuePoint, ladies and gentlemen. A tool to create a changed future. That's what it is. We can argue all the semantics. We can argue all the circumstances. I know that every one of you is different with a different set of circumstances. This tool works in every one of your circumstances. You don't have any time? Perfect. This tool works for you. You have lots of time? Perfect. This tool works for you. You can't get to us? Perfect. This tool's perfect for you. You can be here every day? Perfect. This tool's for you. Every single set of circumstances this tool has been designed to work for. If you want to become a wealth engineer this evening, it's very simple. Go to our website, DuePoint.net. Click the apply button. It's the big blue button on the home page. Fill out the application form. 5 minutes, you're a wealth engineer. No money having parted from your hands. None. And you can immediately start building your channel with us. Immediately start building a different kind of future for yourselves. If you're serious, get the tools. They don't cost you a lot of money and they don't make us any profit. Pick up at our counter the USB stick with a presentation on it. Now you've got us in your pocket whether you've got data or not. You can plug us in, A for away. Get the backup batteries for your phone so they don't die when people are filling the application form out. Get the business cards. We give you a personal set of business cards. Go and buy 645 Rand for 500 business cards. Personalized set for you. It legitimizes your connection of people to us. Get all the tools. Order them online, info@DuePoint.net. Make sure that you're serious if you want to get going. And then, folks, subscribe to our YouTube channel. It is an important way of connecting people to us. We'll let you know the moment we go live every night. Your phone will ping. Every time we upload videos, your phone will ping. You'll want that. You'll want that connection with us. And then, guys, download our free app wherever you are tonight. It's free. Download it onto your phone or your tablet. It plugs you into your channel in real time. In real time. We believe it's the only one of its kind, particularly in South Africa, that you can see what's going on in your channel second by second. All your training is on that channel, on that app. And guys, I'm begging you to do the training. This is not the same as everything else you might have done before. Do the training, earn the points, understand what's going on in our system. Your personal documentation and details are in the app, so you can pull your product document at any time, anywhere in the world. Everything you need is on that app, so make sure you download it before you leave this evening. Now, a couple of things we don't want you to do. Guys get enthusiastic, they run out of here. We always laugh at them. They do funny things. So it's probably not the people that have been to the presentations. They hear about DuePoint, they apply, and they put up a Facebook page, and then we contact them, and then they want to cancel because they don't like being told what to do. So before you've even started, I want to tell you what to do so you can make a decision about it right now. Firstly, do not become a wealth engineer if you cannot afford to be one. Guys, there's costs involved. This is a data-driven business. We're online. So you're going to need money for data. You're going to need money for transport. Don't take the products. Don't become a wealth engineer if you can't afford to. All right, it's going to put you in a worse position, at least to start with. Secondly, don't become a wealth engineer if you don't have access to the internet or you don't know how to use a phone or a computer. Remember, everything here is online. No paper brochures, no paper application forms. Everything's online. You've got to have these tools if you're going to do this business. And then, folks, if you struggle with transport, if you can't move around, then you're going to struggle to connect people to DuePoint. These are natural filters. You should use them when you connect people to this business. You should ask yourself before you've even spoken to them, can they afford this? Do they understand computers and have access to the internet? And can they move around? If the answer is no to any one of those three, then move to the next person. You want the right people in your channel if you're going to build a successful business here with us at DuePoint. Then, folks, number one thing, if you can become a wealth engineer, is not to ever fill the application form out on behalf of other people. That's a contract with us. It is a criminal offense and fraudulent for you to fill out the application form on behalf of somebody else. Everyone must fill their own form out here at DuePoint. We don't want you to put any direct family into your channels. Husbands and wives should work on the same W number, and if you've got kids, aunts and uncles all living in your household, kick them out. Tell them to go and live in their own houses, because when you do, then they can be part of your channel. While they're in the same house as you, they can't be in your channel. This is an anti-fraud mechanism we use. And then, guys, we've freed you from advertising. Like I say, we have people run out, they go set up Facebook pages, DuePoint in Mpumalanga, DuePoint International, DuePoint everything, and then we call them up and say, you can't do that. You don't understand how many laws you're breaking. And they go, oh, I cancel, I'm out. Like I did something wrong. No, guys. Use your personal Facebook pages and engage with people about the opportunity to make money. Never talk about our products. You're not licensed to do so. But what are we doing at DuePoint? We're creating income. We're not selling personal accident cover. We're creating income. So engage with people on your Facebook pages about that. Don't ever worry about advertising and all of that. No, just talk to people. Connect with people. That's what we do here at DuePoint. And then we want you to take responsibility for everybody that you bring to DuePoint and that you put in your channels. If you bring people here and send them here and never come, who knows what's going to happen to them here? I'm not going to look after them, but someone else might, and you'll never see them again. They'll look after them so well, they'll put them in their own channels. Take responsibility for the people that you bring here. Those are some simple things to do. Now, folks, as part of our program here, we run what are called wealth quests. Every month, we run a wealth quest. They're designed to help you get started, and they're here to design you, help to design you stable foundations in your business with us. Every month, they're different, and every month, when you complete the criteria, everybody that completes the criteria is rewarded with a tool. And that tool can become part of a toolkit that you can create with us here at DuePoint if you complete the wealth quests every month. This month's wealth quest is the Let Me Entertain You. What do you got to do this month? You've got to find 20 people, put them in your channel on your first and second points that take our Wealth Points Buyers Club product. If they've taken it and everybody's paid by the end of this month, you can choose from one of these 3 tools this month. Your very own Apple iPhone, not some Fong Kong William Nichols special, okay? A real Apple iPhone, a real one. You're going to peel it out the box, the Apple box, when you get it from us. You can pick that as one of them, or you can pick a year's worth of data, a Wi-Fi router with 100 gigs of 4G LTE data on it, 100 gigs. That means you build your business the whole year without worrying about data with us. Or you can pick 5,000 rands worth of air ticket vouchers with Altitude Travel, one of our suppliers. It means that you can travel around the country this year to grow your channel everywhere in South Africa. That's what you get if you complete this quiz. Sounds like it's worth it, doesn't it? Sounds like it's worth finding 20 people this month, doesn't it? Yeah. Given that Shadrach did 33 in the month of January, 20 should be quite reasonable. Okay? It's quite reasonable for you to do for a reward of this value. Next month, it'll be different. And you can get another tool. You can get the iPhone this month. You can get the data next month. You can get the tickets the third month. You can build a whole tool. We've got other things, smart TVs that are out there. We've got iPads. We've got all sorts of things that happen every month. And we've got new things that we put on there as well from time to time. This is in your hands as part of our program here at DuePoint. Now, we know that many of you don't know how to do this. It's the other excuse. Once you've crossed out all the others, you go, I don't know how to do this. I don't want to do it. I'm scared. Okay, no problem. No need to be afraid. We take your hand and we take you from beginner to expert through our XP Rewards training program. Step by step, we train you. We show you how this industry works. We show you how to build channels successfully with us through a series of steps. And when you complete the steps, we give you XP points. And the experience points we give you accumulate as you get more experience. They're not worth anything. They're just a measure of how experienced you are with us here at DuePoint. And then naturally, as you become more experienced, your channel's going to grow. And that's when we reward you. As you meet the 2 criteria in our program, we rank you up. And when we rank you up, we reward you. In the beginning, with a little bit of cash. This is in addition to the returns that we were talking about earlier. This is extra. A little bit of cash. First few weeks with us, if you're a real mover and shaker here, you'll get that cash. Then as you progress, as you get more experienced and your channel gets a little bit bigger, well then, so does the cash. The cash gets more serious. And then at rank 5, we start to reward you with tools. At rank 5, it's a lightning memory stick imported from the States, plugs into every single electronic device in South Africa, and it's full of our presentations, downloads, tools, testimonies, all the things you need to connect people to DuePoint. At rank 7, we give you your own set of imported business cards worth 12,500 rand. They are gold gilded, gold printed, not ink. This is not ink. This is gold. Gold gilded, gold printed, imported business cards. You will be the only people in South Africa to have these cards. And when you put them in front of people, they're going to want to know what DuePoint is and what you do for them. They're a very powerful tool. You can see a set in our glass cabinet afterwards, or you can ask a few of these folk here, and they will show you, but not let you touch any of the cards. You get your own set at rank 7. Then at rank 9. And rank 9 is a long way from where you are this evening, so don't get too excited. You're not allowed to be excited about anything I show you from this point forward, because you're all rank noughts. When you reach rank 9, having built up a channel that achieves rank 9 status, we take you and your family away. Business class, all expenses paid, 5-star, every year for the rest of your life. Now, we've already booked this year's trip. We've come back from last year's trip. We're going to show you some pictures of that in a minute. But we already booked this year's trip. So people say to me, Brendan, these kind of things, they come and go. These businesses, look at what happened last week. Why should I invest any time here if you're going to disappear? Well, it's all right. We've paid for the tickets. We paid for them tonight. I got the invoice. We paid for the hotel tonight. So what you can do is you can come lie on the beach and commiserate with me if we've closed down by the end of the year. Okay? Folks, at rank 9, we don't take you away once, but every year that you maintain your channel size with us, we take you away. And we don't take you away alone. We take you away with your family. You're not doing this to change just your life. You're doing this to change the life of your families. And we take you away with them too. And we don't make you buy the air ticket. Congratulations, you're rank 9. You've qualified. You just have to buy the air ticket. I've seen that. I have seen that. Or the airport taxes. Or you just have to get to the airport. No. No expenses. All expenses paid. We take you away. Now, there's 28 ranks in our system. This is rank 9. What do you think happens at rank 25 or 26 or 27? If this is what's happening at rank 20. I just want you to know. Now, last point. This is not a competition. We don't run any competitions at DuePoint. The same with our Wealth Quest. People say, prize, I won the iPad. No, you didn't win nothing. You worked for it. Everything here is worked for. But what's nice about our system is it is an accumulating system. You don't have to go, oh, I'm not going to make it by December this year. You don't have to worry. Everything you do this year is what you start on in January next year. And you can grow from there. And if you don't make rank 9 next year, it's okay. What you start with on the 1st of January 2020 will be everything you did the 2 years before. Which means that we can give our only 2 guarantees here. And you'll see it's the only 2 guarantees we give. And that is that everybody who perseveres, that gets through the first 50 people that laugh at them, that push through to year 5, will go rank 9. Every single one of you guaranteed. Even if you're doing 10 people a year, it might take you 25 years, but you will get there. And our second guarantee is everybody who quits will not make rank 9. That's the simple thing. But when you do, we really start to change the way you think about every aspect of your own personal economy. Every December, this is what it starts looking like for you. This sort of stuff happens. Flip it, man. Bill Gates is going to get a letter from me. He is. Just keep them off. I'm going to sort it out for you now. Hey! Flip. Let me see if I can get it to work here. Click. Click. Oh, we got it.
path you've drawn, you've sunk to the ocean sun where no one can see. You stand, don't let the dark embrace, cower the dreams you chase under the rust and blood. Don't let yourself give up.
No, you're not allowed to get excited. Remember, you're rank 9, rank 0. Whew, but it's February. It's February, and there's time still. There's time. We're going in December. We fly out on the 8th of December. You've got time to get here. The fastest to rank 9 was 5 months. By somebody who was determined to get there. He was in the video there. In fact, he's right there. 5 months. You can get there in the 10 between now and December. But again, like I said, it doesn't matter if you don't make it, because you can do it next year. I always laugh at the guys in October. They all start giving up. Quit. I'm not going to make it. I'm like, what are you not going to make? No, the December one. But we go every December. Keep going, and what you finish on the 31st of December is what you start on the 1st of January. Every one of you has the potential to join us on these trips. Every one of you. And for the rank 9s that have been on this trip, the next place we're going to is even better. Even better. And you can come and join us this year. And rank 11, we'll give you another useful tool. It's your own car. It's not branded. It's not financed through us. It's not rented from us. We don't give it to you and take it away. It's your car. You will use it to build your freedom with us here. That's the first 11 ranks of the 28 program we currently have. You can see how serious we are here at DuePoint. We are not messing around. You're dealing with a 7-decade-old insurance company that is determined to be part of the economic solution in South Africa. Determined. No one's coming to our rescue, guys. No one. We're going to have to rescue ourselves. And we've created a tool of convenience that you can use, that you can control to change everything about your futures. If you've got questions, come and ask us. Ask the people who brought you here this evening, or come and ask us. Ask wherever you are, the people that are with you, or send your questions to us at info@duepoint.net. Let us answer your questions. We had to answer them when we designed the system. We had to. We had to tackle all the stigmas, all the comments, all the questions. We had to get on top of it. Come and ask us. But don't walk out of here tonight without this tool. Don't do that. It's not going to cost you anything. You're not risking anything other than your time in using this tool to change your future. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. I'm going to see you all outside, and thanks for all of you who've tuned in live tonight.